Hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Entropia content. What do I got on the show for today? A whole bunch of new stuff, so new I don't even know what it is yet. Now, to be fair, I got a little bit of a notification in the top left, and it looks like something may have sold because my pet value seems to be up a little. I don't recall selling anything, so let's check what it is. Oh, that's sweet. Remember how I put that oils for sale yesterday, hoping they would sell? So far so good. The animal eye oil has already sold. So big shout out to my viewer who gave me his stuff for sale cheap. I was able to resell it, thank God. I was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to be able to resell some of it, but hey, looks like everything worked out A-okay. Alright, and my postal service items have arrived. Some people put in the chat yesterday for yesterday's video, oh, here's some Bombardo. Oh, only 24 again. I was hoping enough that I could put it for sale. Yeah, so some people are saying that sometimes when they ship stuff, they do it by just taking the teleporter. And they can teleport from planet to planet. And I'm pretty sure you can't teleport from planet to planet, but just from like moon to planet. So I think that's the case. I'm going to check with the teleporter today and see. Like say if I was on Rocktropia and I wanted to bring some alternative ingot to Next Island, could I take the teleporter there? Now here it lists where I can teleport, and it's only places that are on this planet. So I'm pretty sure you can't take the teleporter to other locations, like other planets. Maybe you can. Alright, well before I begin, I just gotta go get something. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back everyone. Sorry, I forgot that I had to take my uncle to the washroom, so I did that quickly. Now, this week hasn't been so bad. I think he had 1 or 2 days where he just fought going to the washroom like it was nobody's business, but today and yesterday he was actually in a better mood. Yesterday I was also in a much better mood because I got to play disc golf at the really expensive disc golf course called Foxwood that they're holding the big tournament at in 2 weeks. So it's my first time getting to practice the course, getting an idea of if I could play it or if I'm just gonna fail miserably. And there was one hole on the course that was hard, that it was a tee box right next to a fucking lake, and they like throw it across the lake and then that's where the pin is. I was like, really? It's like, well, where's the layup so that you can just throw on the grass and take a longer way, not across the water, but safer? And what do you know? They don't have a layup area. So I was like, what the fuck? Am I just supposed to throw my disc in the pond and then continue on to the next hole? It's like I only have one disc. So what I did is I just decided to take a drop. I'm like, look guys, I can't throw out this one. My distance isn't great with this disc. I'm not going to make it across the lake. So I just have to drop it on the other side and take a penalty. So they were okay with that. So I'm hoping the tournament's going to be okay with that too. Hopefully they have a drop zone. But what I did is I did specially order a disc that can fly farther just for that one hole. And I might just carry it in the bag so that I have one that I can use to get across the fucking pond. I don't know, what's disc golf's fascination with trying to make everything the same as regular golf? Like, I don't know, like sand traps and that, I don't mind hazards. Trees I don't mind as hazards. But as soon as you start using water as hazards, it doesn't work with disc golf because you're using one disc. And when that disc is gone, your game's over. So you can't really be shooting over water hazards that you can't get your disc back from, or it just ruins the whole game. So I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure like the course organizers have realized this and they've started to design courses more that aren't over fucking water hazards. Like, I don't mind it if it's a water hazard, it's like a creek and you can step in it, easily get your disc out, and then just take a penalty. That's like, okay, get a little bit wet feet, doesn't matter. You can dry them off with a towel or something. But this idea of losing a $30 disc, it takes like a month to replace it, that really doesn't work with me. Alright, so enough with disc golf. I was just really excited yesterday, got a chance to play. And it was, oh yeah, it was good. I was playing in a card with one of the guys who's bragging that he's the best. So I was like, oh, let's see how this best player is. And I beat him on most of the holes. I don't know how his score came out so low at the end. I wasn't actually keeping score, but I don't know, from where I was keeping score, I was way ahead of him. But he ended up finishing 8 strokes ahead of me. So I don't know how that worked out, but like, I don't know, every time you tee off in disc golf, the person who wins the previous hole goes first. I was going first like almost every hole. So I'm like, how the hell did he win? But anyways, whatever works. Like, I notice a lot of times when people keep score in disc golf, they're not very accurate at their scorekeeping. Not to say that's what happened, but I don't know. Like, I know a few times I counted him up to 8 where he'd already shot the hole max. And then I asked him what his score was, and he's like, oh, I got par on that one. I'm like, par? You got fucking like 8, the max. How the hell did you mistaken that for par? So I don't know, I'm hoping like when the actual tournament begins, they'll be recording each shot, so you won't get these people that are just fucking giving themselves really low scores. And I noticed that in the regular stick golf community, that was actually quite a pandemic problem. Because every time there was a staff tournament, staff people would just cheat so that they could win the prizes for the tournament. Which is kind of annoying. Alright, so let's continue on. Can't find any AI here, and it looked like someone who's already here trying to collect them. I should check to see if it was Colin. I meant to say hi to her. I was gonna wish her a happy birthday in person. I haven't seen her since. Right, here I'm trying to use the menu, and see, I'm not holding any mouse buttons, and look, anytime I move this up and down, it's fucked. I can't use the menu. So I don't know, has anyone else noticed this menu problem? It's like, normally I click here, I can drag it up and down, and it doesn't get stuck like that. But occasionally it gets stuck, so you're just fucked. And not in a good way. Alright, let's check that out. I don't know, there was a bunch of other messages. That one guy in the forum, I don't think I finished the story yesterday. He was saying that that's what Freemasons do, is they look at the coding of the universe and try to organize their organization so that they can benefit from what the universe is programmed to do. And I was thinking that makes a lot of sense in a way, because like really, to someone it could seem like magic if someone was like by the ocean and they had something to set up tide water at a certain time. Like, holy cow, how are you collecting this tide water? And it's like magic. But then no, someone who lives by the ocean could be like, hey, like, I know when the tide water's coming in, I know where to set this up. It's not magic, it's actually a science. So that's why I was kind of wondering if the Freemasons sort of treat our universe like that. They figured out the patterns of the universe and try to exploit them. I don't know, for some of the patterns that they use to exploit them are like carving stuff out of stone, I guess. So you can see it's pretty cool. Alright, so we got one guy here that's killing androids. He's probably going to get pissed if I take the AI, so I'll probably go somewhere else. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people here are killing the AI. Yeah, you'll notice a lot of Uber players and noob players do this AI mission just because it's fucking such good profits. I think it's the only place in the game where you're guaranteed to make a good profit every time you go hunting. That's why it's kind of funny when people are saying that sweating is the only like action-packed way to be in the game. Well, no, you can hunt here forever too. Technically speaking, the loot from the AI is even capable of globaling, although I don't think I've ever seen it. I think I've seen someone kill the androids while getting the AI and then globaled from those. Let's go for a little bit more action. Let's go check out the noobs area. For some boobs. Now, I was kind of hoping getting outside to get my mind out of the gutter a little bit more, but no luck with that. It's like, if anything, I think it's making it a little bit worse. Because when I went biking, I was biking up and down the trails, and there's just so many fucking fit women. Like, just training all day, running up and down that trail, getting even more fit. Oh yeah, did I ever fucking amazing news? Oh, there's already someone here collecting oil. So I got to stop telling everyone my secrets, or maybe I'll just tell everyone as many secrets as I can, so people will be distracted of which secret they should exploit first. Now, the university disc golf course by my house, like we're near Columbia Lake, or next to Columbia Lake, it's always been a little bit sketch to play there. Like, originally they built the course, it was supposed to be open to the general public and the university. And then someone came forward on the university committee and was like, hey, if someone falls, they could fucking sue the university. We can't allow people to be using this thing at the park. So, I don't know. Like, I even complained a little bit about to the city. I was like, yo guys, our city is like giving millions to the university. Is it too much to ask that we could use the fucking park? So yeah, it's like, what happened is the university, I guess, found a compromise. Ah, 1 barrel oil. They realized that the main issue with the public playing there was that fucking liability with the lawsuits. So there was an easy solution to that, is they just changed it to a paid course. Most people might be thinking, oh, that sucks, your free course, you have to pay to play it now. But the university did a new catch to it also. Not only is it a paid course, but it only costs $2 to play there. So I was like, oh, $2 is pretty cheap. Still kind of sucks. I wish it was free. And then they're like, oh, and it's $20 or $25 for the whole year membership. I was like, okay, that's a fucking deal. It's like the other golf course I was playing, Foxwood, it cost $15 just to play the fucking course once. So I was thinking, here for $25 you get to play for a whole year? That's fucking dirt cheap in comparison. So I was happy about that. So what I did is I logged onto the university website, signed up, so now I'm part of the university for the athletics portion of it anyways. I was wondering, now that the university is officially signed up like that, wouldn't it be neat if they started to sponsor players? Like have a player from the university who's like the best from the school or something? So who knows, maybe I'll start attending classes at the university. Couldn't hurt. I wouldn't mind to go to at least the frat parties. Now, I started going to frat parties when I was early on in high school, hanging out with the college kids, and I don't know, there was a lot of bad fights and beatings that occurred at those parties. It was a little bit rough. So when I actually got to the age of college, and I didn't really bother with, well, I guess I shouldn't say, I went to a few of them, but I didn't do a lot of those parties. I don't know what it is with people's fascination at a certain age with getting into fights all the time. I guess it's a male thing, testosterone or something. I don't know, I always found better uses for it than just smashing in your head. Hey, some ladies are probably thinking head smashing ain't the worst. Alright, get my mind out of the gutter. Well, at least I'm getting a little bit of oil here. At first I was like, oh, someone's here picking it all up, but yeah, so now I feel so welcome at the university. Before I was always kind of nervous talking to people on the course because I was like, oh shit, am I going to talk to someone who's going to kick me off the course? But now I can be more sociable at the disc golf course. That'll be nice. Now, I'll still never forget the one day I was playing the disc golf course, and this smoking hot babe was playing the course, and then we started talking to each other at one point. She was even hinting that we should play around together, and then I didn't realize till after that that's what she was saying. I was like, oh fuck, I'm an idiot. I'm a little slow, if you can't tell. So finishing quick is my specialty, and I'm a little slow. Now, sadly, I never did see that babe at the course again. I was thinking maybe it was just an angel that God sent to tempt me. It's like, yeah, you think this will happen? No, just one time. Alright, let's go try the Motorhead Stadium. I like visiting Lemmy. Wish he was still around in real life, but this will be the best we got, I guess. For now. Now, the one weird thing I noticed with Freemasons, I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but in a lot of cases, their families have this weird family history. So I don't know what it is, but it seems like they have a higher ratio of getting demonically possessed. I don't know why. Maybe it's something to do with the Freemasonry. Now maybe that's something to do with if you go with the universe's plan, sort of like if you go with the Entropian plan, things work out better. So maybe those demons, they need things to complete their plan, so certain people who are with that plan will have a higher risk of ended up working with the demons, or for them. Now, I'm not even going to totally pick on demons. I've actually done quite a bit of research into what demon society was like back in the Vedic text times. Yeah, we got a lot of demons in Entropia too, don't we? Now, how it worked in the Vedic times was the demons, sure they had their destructive elements to their society, but they still had like regular societies. Like, they showed how demons even had families and kids and everything. I was like, holy fuck, right? I think what it is in our society, even when it comes to demons, we're always like, everything's either good or bad, right? We do have a hard time accepting that there's some good and some bad to everything. Now, I was thinking the one bad thing with heaven, if anyone's noticed that, like, they always talk about in the ancient times, you know how SimCity goes on like a time schedule, where if you take SimCity's city and you look at how fast it's aging, obviously it ages faster than our real life, because if it aged at the same point, we would never see it advancing every day we logged into the game. So what the creators of SimCity did is they made like certain time scales where you can fast forward things. So it's interesting that the ancient texts, they talk about that too, that the immortals or the creators, wherever they live, like the other time or existence, it ages slower, or what is it? We age faster than they do. Similar to the same ratio as the video game. So that was like another reason I was like, isn't that a little suspicious? That the ancients tell us that our universe ages at the same speed as SimCity, and that theirs ages slower. So that's one kind of neat thing I always thought about, is like, if people died and they went to this afterlife where things were aging slower, technically people that die don't have to wait for their relatives to come visit them in heaven. Because we're aging so fast that anyone that dies is going to be in heaven for, like, say, they're in heaven for one day. Then on Earth, while they're in heaven for one day, everyone on Earth ages for 2,000 years. So I was like, holy shit, right? Like, I'm just luring this creature out so next person collecting oil doesn't have to deal with them. It's nice, I'm able to dodge quite a bit today. That was sweet. Yeah, so that anyone who's in heaven and has to wait for their relatives, really, they only wait that one day, because we're going to advance 2,000 years for that one day. So who else on Earth is going to live longer than 2,000 years, right? So in their time, we're actually just going to show up the next day. That's always kind of funny when they talk about the ancient gods and how they've been gone for so long. It's like, if we're like 2,000 years passes on the Earth, the immortals plane of existence only passes one day. So it's like they could leave for one day and we would perceive it as 2,000 years passing. So who knows, maybe the person who's playing the Earth simulation only left for one day, And we're all assuming that they've been gone for a long time. They might have just went to the washroom or something. Yeah, so there's a lot of weird things I started to notice when I played Entropia more and more, and I started researching universe simulations. I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff in our universe that's the same. It's like the same coding that you would use to program a universe simulation you can find all over on Earth. Like the whole space thing, like if you're creating like an Entropian universe, you sort of make space in outer space, show it on a map. You can somewhat go to a little bit, but no one can really go to the deep space. We're limited to whatever these planets are around us. It's the same thing with our universe. Like they even started showing that the probes that they sent to reach the outer limits of our solar system, they encounter a giant like ring of fire on the outside that prevents anything from going in and out. Hey, it's this chick again. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Isn't that kind of neat? Like, there's another example. We're like trapped in this space, and it seems like it goes on for infinite and forever. We're just trapped and can't go to it. Now, that's what I was always wondering with the whole NASA thing. Maybe that's why they delayed space exploration for another 50 years. They realized that Earth was a simulation. Like, are we really supposed to explore beyond the simulation? Probably not. I was thinking maybe at one point we were supposed to explore beyond the simulation, but then the simulation resources ran out or something. But yeah, the other thing was if our planet or Earth wasn't a simulation, there'd be more chances that all the resources were infinite. But if resources are limited, like in a simulation, you'll start to see evidence of it. So I was thinking one of the evidences for limited resources. Here, let me take these wolves to the turret. Is when we zoom in on atoms and stuff and we see it's just empty space. Like atoms aren't infinitely smaller. They actually stop getting smaller at one point. So that's more evidence that things aren't infinite. Like even the universe itself is supposed to expand and contract and eventually implode on itself, completely pop like a bubble. So really that's not infinite either. Unless maybe the bubble goes on forever, but are the remains of it. That's the one thing that kind of weirds me out with the whole environmentalist movement, trying to preserve everything forever. It's like our Earth is going to be destroyed one day. It's like if we don't harvest all the resources, eventually the sun will just supernova and destroy it all anyways. So it's like, really, how much of it are we trying to save? I get the whole idea of saving some for future generations, but really the way our society's going, we're not going to leave anything for future generations already, so what more are we trying to preserve? Not that we should go around trashing the Earth, but come on, we gotta be realistic at one point. We'll save the oil on the planet so it can burn in the sun. The sun is hungry, it wants to eat the Earth. Don't take away its food. I don't know, the transhuman agenda. Have you ever heard that they're going to try to upload consciousness into avatar characters? Would you guys ever try that? Get your consciousness uploaded into an avatar? So personally, I don't think they'll ever do it because they've never really isolated what consciousness is. To actually try to transfer it to something, you'd have to isolate it first. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt anyone ever watched it, but on our Ontario Public Broadcasting channel, TVO, they did a documentary about some scientists who were testing, like, to see, like, different experiments to see how the brain interacts. I don't know, maybe older people, older generations like me, might have realized that there was that old commercial on TV with the burnt toast commercial. I can smell burnt toast. It was funny, I was like talking to a kid that I was working with. He's like early 20s. And he's telling me the joke about the burnt toast commercial, right? He's like, oh, I smell burnt toast. It means my fucking brain is frying or something, right? So I was like, okay. It's like, yeah, that's funny. I remember that commercial. He's like, commercial? It's like, it's funny how that burnt toast thing has like become like an urban legend where people talk about it all the time. And now there's like an entire generation of kids that use it as a saying and don't even know that it was a commercial on TV is where it came from. Yeah, so that commercial on TV, it was some scientist, he was doing brain surgery, and then he realized that if he touched part of a lady's brain while they were doing surgery, that she could smell burnt toast. So they started to map the brain by like poking and prodding it in different spots and getting different reactions from people. So that was the weird thing. It's like scientists had always assumed, like after doing those type of experiments, ah, fuck you, you piece of shit. It's like, leave me alone. Now, scientists like doing the burning stove test. Like, say if you take your hand and you touch a burning stove, your brain gets the signal firing that, hey, this fucking stove is burning hot, you're feeling pain, right? So scientists, when they mapped people's brain chemistry, they assumed that that's how it was going to work, is they would be able to map the signal from when it touched the object to go from like the fingertip all the way up to the brain, tell the brain that it was experiencing pain because it touched fire. But when they opened up people's brains and did the actual experiment, guess what they found? They found more evidence for the universe simulation, because that's not how the fucking wiring worked. They found out that inside people's brains there was a little compartment that was going to tell it that it experienced pain or like fire, it touched it. And it was funny because they said the signal that said that you've touched fire and you're feeling pain came from a certain weird area of the brain first, then went down to the fingertip, then back up to the brain. So they got a little bit messed up. They're like, hey, wait a minute, isn't it supposed to come from the object first? I can't fucking separate these two. Goddamn pieces of shit. Alright, let's try to relax. Hey, someone managed to stop him before he ran into the turret. See, things are looking up. Yeah, so that was the weird experiment they determined, is that somehow the brain knew that it was going to touch the object that was going to get burned before the finger actually touched it. So like, it's almost like the brain was sent a signal to say, hey, something's going to happen soon, and then it happens, and then it tells the brain. So it's almost like a pattern. Like if you're tracing computer code, that's how you would program an object to get burned. You would program it for it to go and get burned, then it would touch the object, get burned, and then tell the avatar, hey, you just lost points because you got burned. So that's why that fucking science experiment was fucking crazy when it came to predicting the future too. Now what did they show? They rigged up some sort of weird experiment where there was a person sitting in a booth and there was a light that would flash either red or green, and then the person had to take their arm and touch the red or green one and try to guess, right? So, let me try to remember the details of this experiment. Yeah, so once they had that set up, both of these lights were covered, and you'd have to guess which is it going to be, red or green. So they would pick a light, and then it would come up on a card, red or green, and then they'd get it if they got it right or wrong. And they said because it was a 50-50 guess, the results came back at roughly 50-50. But when they were testing the human brain, they said the human brain, the signal that was firing, it was able to guess the accuracy of the red-green thing at 100%, whereas the person who was guessing, like in person, would be around 50%. So they were trying to figure out how the hell did the human brain know which one was going to fire each time before it occurred. And the only explanation to that is that it was pre-programmed to occur. So it's like another situation in the universe programming. I didn't really summarize that experiment very well, and I'd like to find the documentary for it again on TVO. So if any of the viewers in Canada actually happen to watch that documentary, if they could send me the name of it, that's probably a long shot. Now, they only played the documentary once, and I never taped it, so I was like, fuck, I really should have taped the episode. It was something like TVO, human brain chemistry experiments, something like that. Whew. Now I'm vaporizing some of the sticky weed that I grew last year. Whew. This batch I cut up last night and didn't finish it and forgot to put a lid on it, so it dried out really bad. Whew. A little bit on the harsh side. Now I've had some good news with the Bitcoin casino lately too. I managed to save up to my first 10,000 Satoshi. And for people that know the conversion rate, that's about $1.10 US. And people are like, oh, that's fucking shit, it took you that long to save up $1. Well, $1 something US is like 10 PED in the game. When I compare it to Entropia partners, it's relatively the same payout rate. So by doing Bitcoin, it's actually working out just as good as, well, I shouldn't say as good as Entropia partners everything. Because Entropia partners has a bunch of different ways that you can collect PED. One of the ways is surveys, and that fucking survey shit is crazy. Like, I swear, some days I was doing 10 or 20 PED surveys a day, maybe take a half hour. I was like, shit, this is way faster than sweating. It's like monumentally faster. Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, Hideout TV. Oh yeah, the Bitcoin thing, so it's paying out pretty good in comparison to it. And not to mention, when I get all the referral people helping, that's making me collect Bitcoin even faster. So, and as much as people might get frustrated and say, hey, your show revenue's not going up by that much, you're hardly making anything in Bitcoin. Small steps. It's like right now I only have 12 referrals. But can you imagine once I start vlogging, and if I get maybe 1,000 people from India to sign up, you know how much I'll be fucking making in Bitcoin then? It'll be closer to like $100 a month, which doesn't sound that great either. But if it's US and I'm getting put it into a compounding interest savings account at 4% daily, that's going to start going up pretty quick. Alright, so I don't want to be all too much about always trying to make money and what's new in PED. It's weird. I just heard something. I don't know if it's my uncle or my roommate back yet. I'm assuming it's my roommate back yet because my uncle can't walk. Shouldn't laugh, but it's true. Oh, the other good news? Well, good / bad news. A lot of my pot plants started going to the budding cycle. And some of them stayed like really dark green, look nice and healthy. But other ones start turning yellow once they're going into bud. Like it looks like the plant's dying, like when it turns yellow, right? So I was reading online, and some people are saying that it's actually ideal for your plants to turn yellow during the bud cycle, because that means it's getting low in nutrients, and the lower the nutrients when it comes time to harvest, it actually tastes better. Which, I don't know about that theory, because I'd like the plant to be big and healthy its whole life cycle. I don't like to see it getting sick and dying. So I don't know. Like, we'll compare it this year. Last year what I did is when a few of them started going yellow, I started boosting the nutrients. But then I found out people are like, no, when the plants are in bud, you're not supposed to flush them with nutrients. Or you're supposed to flush them out just before you pick them. So I think it's bad timing because it's already turning yellow and it's just starting the buds. So it's not time to flush them yet. So I gotta get better with the nutrients thing. I tried adding, the nutrient solutions. Like, oh, pour it in the soil, pour it in the soil. So I mixed a nutrient solution, poured it in the soil. It had sugar in it, fucking attracted millions of ants. The ants brought tons of aphids and it fucking killed all my weed. So I was like, great, pouring that fertilizer on it just fucking killed all my plants. Now, some people are like, oh, just kill the ants. I'm like, I live on a fucking sand dune. It's literally ants main habitat. You can't kill all the ants in a sand dune. I don't know, I guess technically you could, but that would probably devastate the life, like the insect life for the entire neighborhood. Alright, welcome back everyone. Sorry, I just had to talk to my roommate for a minute there. And while I was gone too, I looked up some of the Entropia stuff. I remembered that I got a question that I was reading in the Facebook page for the Entropia group yesterday. And someone was commenting that everyone who plays Entropia loses money and that no one's ever profited. So I was like, hey, instead of just like bragging about it, why don't I prove it and show everyone that, hey, I actually deposited way less than I withdrew from the game. So I went into the Entropia page, or this thing here. What is it called? The Transfer Center. And I went to transaction history. And now it only shows for the past 12 months. So I'm pretty sure before you used to have the option where you could set it to show it the lifetime to see what your up and down balance was. I wasn't sure, was that feature removed from the game, or did I just remember it incorrectly and then that feature never used to exist? But I could have swore before I was able to track if I was in the positive or negative. So maybe they removed that feature from the game to hide from people how much they're really spending and losing? I don't know, but yeah, so I got a little bit disappointed with that. So instead of giving up completely, I went on to the Entropia Universe official website, logged in, and checked there under my fucking shit to see what it would say. And here, I'll show you. Let's see, where is it? My specialty, my support. God, oh, there it is, account. Alright, so I'll just show everyone my page. I guess I really can't show all that. It's got my fucking address and everything. Well, anyways, under the My Account section, it says here that you have the options to go and choose bank account details, and this other interesting one, My Shares, which I haven't seen that My Shares there before, so maybe it's new. Looks like I got fucking 2 haters here, one's dry, so I'm gonna try to lure one away. Didn't work. So anyways, yeah, on this Entropia page, it says My Shares, Transaction History, Cards, and Items. So at first I got a little bit distracted. I was like, I want to check out the My Shares thing. So I'll click My Shares and see what it brings up. Maybe it's a page I can show you guys. Yeah, here it is. So it brings up this page, and it says that I have company shares balance. And it says you have no shares. It says to check if you have shares, go to the shares page. So it says you can get Crystal Palace shares, that they're sold out. And I was thinking, wait a minute, I have Crystal Palace shares. I was some of the people that bought them when they sold out. So I don't know why it's not showing in this shares thing. Maybe that's coming up with a new update soon. So if anyone wants to check out their shares, maybe you can find out if it showed up for you. Alright, I'm just going to move it on the other screen. Oh, fucking goddamn hell. Where did all these enemies come from? Pieces of shit. Alright, so the next thing I did is when I didn't get distracted by those shares, is I clicked on the transaction history. Alright, and then this is the message I get. Same thing as in the Entropia game. It's saying that you can't view anything more than 12 months ago. And I haven't deposited or withdrawn in a year. Well, I have, but it's just through Entropia partners. So I guess it didn't count on this, because I just trade the items in-game. It's not actual Like the Entropian Partners representative has the pet in game, and they just give it to me in the game, so there's no waiting period. Anyways, so I was a little bit disappointed at that, and as you can see, I actually didn't give up. After that, I'm like, fuck man, I'm still gonna find out how to get my transaction history. So, what I did is I contacted Entropia support, and then I asked them, can I get a transaction history of the game more than 12 months? Well, my question is something like that. Anyways, so Loki, one of my favorite representatives from Entropia Partners, he or she, I don't know, maybe Loki's a guy. He says, hi, welcome, you need to file a support case to get that information. So, kind of sucks. But, you know me, I'm not going to give up. I'll file the support case. You just wait and see. I'll find out what my transaction history is. Alright, sorry everybody, just interrupted again. It's like, I don't know, every time I go to record, it's at least 5 to 6 interruptions for fucking every episode. It really pisses me off because it's hard to fucking record an episode when you're constantly interrupted. Man, I can hardly wait till I get that fucking pool house done. I don't even know how I consider not needing it. It's like maybe if I had fucking some like fucking measure of fucking consideration, but no, it's funny how you end up living sometimes with people that just don't consider you at all. It's like, fuck, I have one little room in the basement. Could you stay away from it for just a fucking hour so I can finish recording? No, it's too much to ask. 5, 6 fucking times. Every fucking episode. God. Now, try to be in a better mood. Let's get a message from my sponsor. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack! It'll fuck you up. Alright, welcome back everybody. Man, this sweating here is not going well today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hater, I'm just going to take him away. I'm not going to stand here dealing with these fucking mobs any longer. It's getting fucking annoying. I'm going through enough annoying shit today as it is. Maybe I'll try to cheer up the day and go play some disc golf. Oh man, this one's fucking dry too. I don't know, even when the mobs are dry, sometimes I'll do my duty and fucking take him to the turret. Someone else couldn't do it. Yeah, so anyway, sorry everyone about the long episode to figure out how much my transaction history is. Maybe we could have a petition with MindArc to bring that feature back to the game, so you can actually see how much you're positive and negative. I'd like to see more Entropians show off, well not show off, but prove that it's possible to actually profit. You don't have to keep losing money when you play Entropia. Alright, so if anyone wants to see one of the ways you can profit while you play Entropia, is you can do the free Bitcoin spins. And I'm at 10,225 Satoshi. Now I'm at 10,242 Satoshi. So thank you everyone who's watching and the show and helps the show by playing the free Bitcoin lottery spins. And I found out that that free Bitcoin lottery is the most popular one on the entire internet with years of history of not ripping people off. So I was like, holy shit, that is really the best one. I'm glad that I've been recommending it. I probably should have looked into that first before I recommended it, so be that a lesson to you viewers. Watching my show can be very sketchy. I just do things in reverse and hope for the best. It's weird how many times it works. It's part of the universe's programming, maybe. Now I'm going to try to be more positive in my whole roommate situation. I'm very lucky that I don't have to pay rent by helping to look after my uncle right now, even though it is a torturous job, but Now it's funny, when I didn't have kids, I was always thinking I would have avoided all the messes of fucking diapers and diarrhea everywhere. Now I'm dealing with the adult kind. Not mine. Just to specify, haven't reached the diaper phase yet. Back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. Can you believe I got another one of these fucking irritating mobs to go with the hater? I believe it. Alright, so I'll hang it with this guy a little bit more. And I'm hoping that the hater will start attacking that guy. I'll just watch them for now. It's so entertaining. See, some people are into hunting Aatrox. This is where the action is. Two enemies just hitting you. They can't really hurt you. Now, one of these days I want to save up for that fucking Uber set of gear. The kick-ass healing equipment. That lifesteal cloak. Or maybe technically that lifesteal cloak won't work very good for me because I'm not shooting anyone. It's like I'm not a cheap Entropian, I'm just a pacifist who's anti-destroying the environment in Entropia. We must save the minerals in the ground. Preserve the planet for future generations. That must be like the creator of our universe when he hears environmentalists. He's like, yes, preserve the resources in the simulation. Nah, it's just the bowl of my vaporizer. The screen is fucking plugged like you wouldn't believe. It's one thing that this vaporizer doesn't use lighters ever to burn weed, but it does require a Zippo. Yeah, my mustache Zippo. I was gonna carve off everything else, so it's just the mustache. No, but you do have to burn these dome screens. Because the screen will just get covered in fucking oil. Or not oil. Plugged with, like, resin. Yeah, so this vaporizer, it does produce resin and oil. Definitely, if you collect the resin from this stage, it's not worth it, so I just burn it. I prefer just the oil to collect. Now, I used to collect resin, made it into a giant resin ball, sort of like a tinfoil ball. Maybe I'll have it as a guest on the next episode. It's that big. Now, I figured one day I'd save it for the apocalypse, so if we ran out of weed, we'd have this giant resin ball. I think when we were teenagers, we found this one shed in some random person's backyard where people had been going in and smoking. So we're like, okay, let's go in this shed too and try smoking. So we were doing that for quite a while, and I don't know what it was, but every time we were in the shed smoking, there was no one else that lived in the house, so we were lucky. But what happened was, these people in the shed, started leaving their stuff for smoking, not only cigarettes, but weed, like bongs and joints and roaches. So one time we ran out of weed, we went to that shed to see if they'd left anything. And they only left a little bit of roaches. What we ended up doing is cleaning all the resin out of their bongs, and then taking that, and then not stealing any of the bongs or anything, just taking the resin out. So it would have been funny next time they came into the shed to smoke, they'd be like, hey, have other people been in here smoking? It's like, did they clean our pipes for us? Now, when we were in high school, we used to always try to find places where we could smoke and not get in trouble. Yeah, this one apartment building across the street, they had a stairwell that they decommissioned. I guess it wasn't even decommissioned, it was just rarely used, because they had other stairwells that were much more popular and like easier access to get in and out walking. So we started just hanging out in the stairwells and throwing parties. And then one day on the announcements in the school, they're like, whoever is partying in the stairwells across the street, we've been asked to order you to stop. We're like, fine. Our school stairwell parties were pretty wild. We get like 10 or 12 people down there, deck of cards, and break out the cribbage board. So we'd be partying, smoking, listening to tunes, and then playing cribbage. I don't know if anyone's ever played cribbage before, but it's a really good game. I kind of feel bad for generations of kids that never got into playing card games. Or poker, but poker there's not really much strategy to it. It's like well, I guess the whole bluffing part of it, but cribbage is actual strategy involving the cards you have. So you have to come up with different combinations. Now, sometimes I'd run into seniors that can play cribbage, and they're like, oh, you know cribbage. Alright, so yeah, my bonding liquid has arrived. I was going to go check for that in storage, I forgot. I think all the other messages are just leaving the area, collecting stuff. No one's placed a bid on my muscle oil, so if anyone's on Rocktropia and they want to help out the show, if they want to place a bid on the muscle oil, that'll help me out. Yeah, let's check out the balance. Once the muscle oil comes in, that'll bring me up to roughly 750 if it fucking sells. Alright, that's pretty sick. Because I'm pretty sure, what was it on Next Island? Did I have 200 peds worth of loot? So shit, we'll only be 50 peds worth off the fucking goal of 1,000. So we're getting really damn close. And I wonder, did anyone think I could do it? At the ratio I was going there, I was losing ped pretty bad. Everyone's probably like, man, he's gonna have to deposit soon. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna show everyone quickly too. I'll see if I can do it. I'll have to go to the fire scene. No, I'll just pause for a sec. Be right back. Alright, some of the viewers were asking me, how does the stuff work for Entropia partners? What happens when you sign up? How can you make ped? I'll just show a quick example of it so if anyone can check it out who hasn't yet. So, this is my account. When it's logged in, it'll say how much ped I have. Yeah, it's around 190. And so what you can do, one of the things here, you click music, it'll open up the radio player and you start collecting ped that way. I won't click it because we're doing a live stream and I can't have duplicate sound. So you can watch Tia's Twitch channel. Pretty sure Tia's the one that runs Entropia Partners, so yeah, if you can watch her channel, she does some amazing fucking streams. And then another one is the Hideout TV link. You click that and it'll give you the options for all the Hideout TV stuff, and they'll pay you in PED. So, and then there's the other one, you click here, go to video offers, and for that one, same deal, it opens a video player, and I don't think this one's region restricted, so anyone who's pissed that they can't do region restricted stuff, I'm pretty sure this one is just for getting YouTube views, so it can be any region. I could be wrong, someone can post in the chat. So then what you could do is hit play, but I can't do that during my stream, obviously, for same reasons. But yeah, so that's another way. Then they got the Sligo game, which is temporarily disabled. And maybe I'll do a new tutorial video on how to win in it once it's back. Because man, I love Sligo, and a lot of people like that tutorial video I did, so I'll try making another one once that all gets going. They got the market, they got the surveys thing. I can't open and show the surveys because of the marketing rules they have. But I was thinking, man, if you click that and do the surveys, you'll be fucking raking in the PED in no time. So anyways, not to brag, but I'm at 190, and once that reaches 1,000 PED, I'll deposit it into Entropia. And I'll show everyone the process for that. But it might be a while, because unless everyone helps, like I haven't been having time to use Entropia Partners because I've been making videos a lot. So if anyone else can sign up and do the Entropia Partner stuff while they're collecting sweat, it'll fucking help me out a lot, because I'll get some of the money through the referral. Pretty sure that works with Entropia Partners that way. Alright, one other thing I'll show you is what it looks like when you click the Hideout TV thing. So I'll open that next. Yeah, so man, I hope that muscle oil sells. This is kind of annoying. The guy who's sweating moved over here. But since this guy's away from keyboard, we should try to sweat the mob as close as we can to him. So once he has my attention, I'll drag him over and hope that that guy follows. Because really you don't want the mob to run around very much when you're trying to sweat. Oh, see? It's like he heard me. Good job, buddy. That was a cool sweat move, huh? Have you seen that? Advanced sweating techniques. Alright, so I'll log into Hideout TV. Now this one, I have to say big thanks to the referral people. I don't know what it was. I guess a lot of people are already signed up to Entropia Partners, so they couldn't sign up twice. That's probably why I didn't get the referrals. But luckily on the Hideout TV one, it's got a referral rewards page, and I'll show you guys how well it's been going. Alright, so this is the referral link, and you guys have to click below if you want it to work. You can't just click on the screen. I'm sure you know that. And then my referral earnings, it shows that I've already made 623, and there's 475 in there from I don't know what, so I'll add that to the balance. Or let's see what it adds to. My Entropia Partners balance is 190, so let's try adding it. Oh yeah, and then I also have the viewpoints balance. Let's check out what that is before I add it. Oh wait, I can't open these. Fuck. Forgot it'll make noise. Well anyways, fuck, come on, stop playing. Alright, there we go. Should be okay now. If there's any sound going in the background, I'm sorry, I tried to pause it. So when you log in, when you're watching Hideout TV, fuck off! Did I not hit pause there? What the fuck? Alright, so anyways, you go here, you pick rewards, and there's a redeem button and an add button. Every day when you log in, oh, you can't see because I'm in the way, fuck. Alright, yeah, so here, there's a redeem button and an add button. Every day you can add this code, and there'll be a new one in there automatically. So you click it, boom, goes up points. And then throughout the day on Facebook and stuff, if you watch the Hido TV channel, they'll give you more of these codes. You can put them in and get more points. Usually the biggest points I've seen from those codes is 50 points. It's pretty good. So anyways, once you have this, that's 484. Let's go back to that other page, and we'll see if I can add to that total. I haven't even tried this before, so this will be a new one for me too. This hideout referral, I never used to recommend it until I started doing videos. Alright, so yeah, here's 484. I believe that's my regular balance. So I'll add these points from the referral earnings. Boom! Now my points balance is over 1,000. Alright, so that's pretty sweet. And it shows like a list of how much fucking stuff, how many points I got, career. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so here's the big kicker. People are going to want to see this one. My Entropia pet or partners balance, that's 190 ped. Let's transfer the Hido TV points to it so you can actually see it in action. Oh wait, I can't yet. I'll have to open up a video first, or... Alright, I'll try to remember to pause the video. Fuck, hopefully I don't have another one playing. Oh. It's funny, I hit pause and it's like the ad just doesn't want to stop loading. Alright, there we go.
Hey guys, this is Matt Ross.
Which is good if you're trying to watch ads, but when you're trying to do a stream and just show how it works, it's kind of hard. Alright, so anyways, if you want to cash out your points from Hido TV, you go to the rewards button. Now you see this big redeem button. So you click that. Alright, now it gives me all the choices of where I can withdraw these Hido points to. So if you happen to have PedFlow, Cointoply, Entropia Partners, Time Bucks, there's a few of them out there. I'm big with Entropia Partners, so I transfer it to it. There's also promo codes. I don't think I've gotten those to work for that part, but... Alright, so now you can see I selected Entropia Partners, and it's going to give me close to 5 ped for that 1,000 points. So let's transfer it over. Boom! Says earnings redeemed. Alright, I can't go back to watching videos, but I can show you. Look, my Entropia Partners balance, it's up to 195 already. So is that a fast transfer or what? Yeah, so I hope everyone likes that. If they want to make any extra money by watching cool videos on Hido TV, that's how you get it, from the videos all the way into Entropia. Well, that's not the last step. Then from Entropia Partners, once it reaches 1,000 ped, then I'll deposit into the game. And the reason why I wait for it to reach 1,000 ped, A, it makes a cool video, and B, it also gives you a bonus of an extra 100 ped if you do it 1,000 at once. Yeah, today on the vape menu, I still got some of that sticky weed. I'm going to try to get some fresh shit soon. I might actually just pull one of the smaller plants, because a lot of them died on me. Yeah, some are turning yellow, some didn't grow. I have some of the worst luck when it comes to growing weed. It's like the fucking aphid problem. God, I never realized how bad aphids can be. I'm never pouring that fucking sugar fertilizer on my plants again. Alright, just to summarize what we did today. Other than hit the vape all day. As I was hanging out at Studio Gate South, doing some sweating with my buddies here. Let's check out how much items I got today. Today I pulled in 330 sweat, which isn't very much, but I think I was forgetting to press the sweat button quite a bit. Oh yeah, let's check out our harvest of oil. Guess it doesn't really count because I had some of the oil from yesterday, but I did get more. So now I'm up to 51 pack there, another 39 pack there. Remember, those kegs are worth over 200 to 300%, so I can sell them with a bit of markup. I thought I picked up fruit somewhere along the way, but maybe I put it in storage already. So today's episode had some profits, those oranges, the kegs, the oil, the sweat, and I didn't get much interaction done with other players. I'm still going to try to get a hold of Yoshi and do the episode on her ship soon. Oh yeah, and then to summarize the account balance, getting closer to the 1,000 ped. Managed to sell some of that oil today. That was sick. If anyone else wants to help buy some oil, I still have it on sale at Rocktropia's auction. Today's Thursday at around noon. So if you want to get it quick or finish quick with some oil, you know how to do it. It's my specialty. You pay a little bit extra, but it'll help the show. Alright, so yeah, I think that's everything for today's episode. We are over an hour mark. So next episode I plan to try to get some information from my support case through MindArc. I'll let everyone know about that. See if I can show my, withdraw to deposit ratio. Obviously I have made some big deposits over the years, so it'd be kind of interesting to see. It'd be funny to find out what my ratio is actually at right now. Now, maybe if anyone else wants to post in the comments, do you think Entropia should have the fucking entire shit? Like the entire transaction history at the click of a button? Or should it be through support case? I don't know, I'm pretty sure it used to be at the click of a button. Maybe it's just temporary that it's support cases right now. Or I could be wrong about that completely. My memory isn't the greatest. To say the least. Alright, so if you want to help out, I got some links below. Hideout TV and the t-shirt one, Society 6. The Finishing Quick is my specialty t-shirts. Also comes in bed sheets, very popular with the ladies. And the Sex Machine, which is only for guys right now, but if ladies need a sex machine near Toronto, call me. And oh yeah, I also got Raven Jade's t-shirts linked below. They're the coolest looking t-shirts I've seen in Entropia so far. And there's some more coming that she's designing. Some really cool, neat graphics. I was wondering if she's making the graphics herself. Or maybe she's getting help from other artists. I don't know, but they're turning out pretty cool. And yeah, and if you want links to how to make your own Society 6 shirt store, then just follow the link for that. I've got one for that also. And if you want a discount for shopping at Society 6 or the other t-shirt stores, just sign up to Swagbucks and you can get a discount cash back. It's an online cashback gift card. Alright, so today, if you happen to drink some of the Motorhead kegs and you overdid it and hurled and got that into your vaporizer, vaporized Motorhead keg hurl, then give the show a dislike, because I'm pretty sure that would taste like shit. But if that doesn't happen, you can give the video a like. I really appreciate it. And oh yeah, make sure that you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Okay, bye for now. See you tomorrow, God willing. I'll try to be more positive. Sorry for complaining so much. It's early in the morning. Oh yeah, and don't forget my Patreon. That'll cheer me up. I got a video and a subscribe link. That's what I have to offer. Bye.